One thing I remember was I set him up for a shot and it worked. I don't want to say which one because I just don't want to give up my secrets, or I'll tell you after. Yeah. But I hit him with like a hard hook. I'm talking about like I made him drop his hand thinking I was gonna do something else, and I hit him as hard as I could, and his head went like this.
We were both offered the fight. I said yes. His side said no. I don't know who said no, but the only thing is the fight didn't happen, you know. And it's getting real annoying that people are saying that I'm ducking because Eddie Hearn said that Boots signed to fight me. Like, where am I in that contract? Like, did I agree? Like, we have other things going on.
Vergil he can fight, but I think he's gonna be in front of him. He's gonna be in front of Boots.
Nice, right? Nice. Over and under, right there. Over and under with that same hand, right there. Yeah, turn it. Turn your hip with it. Do it again.
When I finish this fight, when I finish with Boot, people will know me.
He is scared. Those were the strong words tied to Vergil Ortiz Jr. as the rising super welterweight fired back at Jaron Ennis. For months, whispers have followed Ortiz claiming that he was the one avoiding Ennis, but according to Ortiz, the story couldn't be more different. From his point of view, Ennis and his camp were the ones that walked away from their potential showdown, and with both fighters now chasing glory in one of boxing's most competitive divisions, this back and forth is becoming too big for fans to ignore.
The amount of money fighters make a lot of times determine if fights are gonna happen or not, right? Yeah. Because if fighters say, yo, I'm not gonna fight this guy for this much.
Yeah.
Or I need this much.
And I think it matters to a certain extent. You don't want to fight no one for free or whatever, which it's not gonna happen.
Right.
But I do think that people outprice themselves sometimes.
Yeah.
Whether it's to duck or whether they feel like they deserve more genuinely or what, I really don't know.
The 27-year-old Ortiz, fighting out of Texas, has carved his place in the sport with an undefeated record of 23-0. Holding the interim WBC Super Welterweight title, he is widely seen as a fighter on the brink of true championship greatness. His last performance only added fuel to that fire, and in a powerful display, he defeated Israel Madrimov, a tough opponent who once shared the ring with Terence Crawford. That win was a statement that Ortiz is ready for anyone.
You did spar.
I did.
How's that? How did that work?
That dude's good. He's good.
He's good. He hit hard.
He hits hard, but he was held. I don't know. He held back for sure. Yeah, he held back for sure. But the one thing I remember was I set him up for a shot and it worked. I don't want to say which one because I just don't want to give up my secrets, or I'll tell you after. Yeah. But I hit him with like a hard hook. I'm talking about like I made him drop his hand thinking I was gonna do something else, and I hit him as hard as I could, and his head went like this.
Barely moved.
Yeah. I swear.
And you was like,
and he was like, like, I was like, oh.
So he didn't get mad and say, let me tee you
He was
off
like, that was good.
Wow. It was nothing though. It didn't look like nothing.
I didn't do anything. I was just like.
Yet the fight that keeps popping up against is Jaron Ennis, a man many believe is destined to become one of the finest fighters of this era. Ennis, who carries a perfect professional record of 34-0, is now preparing to move up in weight. He will make his junior middleweight debut in Philadelphia against Usima Lima, a dangerous underdog who refuses to be overlooked. But while Ennis looked ahead to October 11th, Ortiz made it clear that the claims about him ducking Boots are not only wrong, they're insulting.
2, 3, 4. 1. No doubt. Yeah.
Ortiz explained that when the fight was first offered, he accepted immediately. He insisted it was Ennis' team who declined, and to him, it's frustrating that fans have been led to believe otherwise. From Ortiz's perspective, he never backed down, and if anything, he has been eager to test himself against Ennis. That's why he sees it as unfair when the word ducking gets attached to his name. For him, the facts are simple. He said yes, and the other side said no.
You know, everyone.
That was gonna be the next one.
Yeah. Good little, transition, but he was offered. We were both offered the fight. I said yes. His side said no. I don't know who said no, but the only thing is the fight didn't happen. And it's getting real annoying that people are saying that I'm ducking because Eddie Hearn said that Boots signed to fight me. Like, where am I in that contract? Like, did I agree? Like, we have other things going on. We had already been offered to fight you, and we said yeah, and you guys said no. So now it's like, how am I the one that's ducking? Just because you said no and we moved on to different fights, now I'm the one ducking because you said no already? Like, it just doesn't make sense.
Despite his frustrations, Ortiz hasn't shut the door on the matchup. In fact, he still wants it badly. He believes a fight between himself and Boots Ennis has been brewing for too long, and is confident that it would deliver one of the most exciting spectacles of the century. Ortiz gives Ennis credit for being a great fighter, but at the same time he sees himself as fully capable of standing across from him and giving fans an unforgettable clash.
I think the Boots fight is just, it's been cooking way too long. I think that I really want to get in the ring with him. I think he's a good fighter. I think we can give the fans one of the best fights of the century. I think it'll be a good one to remember. The Xander fight, we already said yeah to him, and apparently he wants to fight. He keeps on saying yes, he wants to fight. I think eventually it will happen. So I'm optimistic that they'll happen.
As the hype continues, voices around the boxing world have shared their opinions. Former world champion Danny Garcia made it clear that if Ortiz and Ennis ever met, he would throw his support behind Ennis without hesitation. Garcia believes in the skill set of Boots and sees him as a generational talent, one whose ceiling in the sport is nearly limitless.
How far can Boots go? Can he be pound for pound one of the top fighters in the world, 1, 2, or 3 at some point?
Yeah, definitely. I think he's already around there. Like, you know, he's looking to crack that top 10.
Right.
You know, with the right win, I think he'll get in there.
Right. How do you feel about him going up to 154 and maybe people want to see him and Vergil Ortiz?
I think that's the fight. I mean, you win that fight, you definitely in the top 10 to me.
Right.
You know,
for sure.
That's a young champion, a young killer just like you. That's what makes good fights. Young, hungry fighters.
Right.
That's when you know there's going to be a fight, you know?
Right.
They fighting for legacy. They fighting for that. They want that big bag. They want to be a champion. They want all that stuff. So that fight right there is probably would be like a fight of the year type fight.
Who wins?
I think Boots beats him.
Not everyone agrees with Eddie Hearn's perspective either. Hearn once suggested that Ortiz was simply made for Ennis, a claim that stirred up debate. But boxing analyst Ade Oladipo wasn't buying into that narrative. He praised Ortiz's style, pointing out that he fights in a way that shouldn't be dismissed so quickly. For Oladipo, Ortiz brings a different challenge than Hearn described, and a skill set is far more complex than being labeled tailor-made for Boots.
Vergil Ortiz's style is tailor-made for Boots Ennis, says Eddie Hearn. I disagree. I mean, Vergil Ortiz can mix it up. Vergil Ortiz will make you work for it. Anyone beating Vergil Ortiz knows that they're gonna have to go to the well. Pardon my French. He will make you work. This guy is an animal. I saw it against Majimov. Majimov was having his way and he was dancing and he was jumping around and he was doing all that, and then all of a sudden Vergil was like, we ain't doing that no more. Got him into the corner and was working. And all of a sudden Majimov starts fighting Vergil's fight. Vergil's a big problem. He's now grown into the 154-pound division as well. So he's got all those problems that he had with the illnesses of trying to make 147s done.
Meanwhile, Ennis has stayed focused on the task directly in front of him, and his media workout ahead of the Lima fight showed fans exactly why his reputation is sky high. Quick hands, sharp footwork, and devastating combinations all highlighted the session. It was a reminder that Ennis doesn't just talk, he performs. And for him, October 11th isn't just another fight, it's a chance to announce himself at junior middleweight with a statement performance.
Nice, right? Nice. Over and under, right there. Over and under with that same hand, right there. Yeah, turn it. Turn your hip with it. Do it again. Go take that hip with it. That's it. Do it again. Come back with the hook. Nice, nice, nice.
His opponent, however, doesn't plan on being a footnote. Osima Lima, who enters with a 14-1 record, knows that his name doesn't carry the same weight as Ennis. But that doesn't bother him. In fact, Lima enters this fight with momentum. He has won 4 straight by stoppage and is coming off sparring sessions with rising UK star Adam Azim. The Portugal native believes he has the skills to shock the world and sees Ennis as just another man standing in the way of his dreams. For Lima, boxing isn't about fame, it's about respect. He wants to prove that he belongs among the best, and beating Ennis in his own Philadelphia backyard would be the perfect way to do it.
I want to fight only the big names because I think I'm a big name, but people don't know because I don't have big promotion about me. But when I finish this fight, when I finish with Boot, people will know me.
There are challenges ahead for both men, and for Ennis, the biggest question mark is how he will handle the new weight. While he has dominated the welterweight division, this will be his first test at 154 pounds. Lima, on the other hand, has been fighting at or above that weight for his entire career, giving him an experience edge in the division. It's not often that Ennis walks into a fight where the physical size and natural weight advantage belong to the other man. Lima himself has admitted he doesn't have the backing of a big promoter like Eddie Hearn or Matchroom, but what he lacks in promotional push, he makes up for with hunger and hard work. He described this fight as a mission years in the making, something he has trained for his entire career. For him, stepping into the ring with Ennis is an opportunity to put Portugal on the boxing map and finally claim the respect he has been chasing for so long.
Is going down. Turner's in phenomenal shape. We already know he's moving up to 168 weight class, the pound for pound king.
The build up to this fight has raised the stakes higher than usual. Jaron Ennis isn't just fighting another contender, he's fighting to establish himself as a real force at junior middleweight. His father and trainer Boozy Ennis made it clear that expectations are sky high. They want a performance that doesn't just win but dominates, sending a message to the entire division. For them, Lima is simply the first step in a larger plan. A plan that could include massive fights against names like Vergil Ortiz Jr.
I think it's time for him to move up. You know what I mean? That's what it was, you know what I mean? And you don't have to struggle so much, you know, to lose that weight. But once he got the weight down, he was fine, though, you know what I mean? But I think when you see him this time, it's going to be much different. You know what I mean? When it comes to the weight, you know what I mean? Because he's not too far away from weight now, you know?
Can we expect the best possible Boots? I mean, he had a rehydration clause for most of, his career at the top. So now with an extra 7 pounds, is this going to be the most explosive we've ever seen him?
I really can't tell you about that until he fight. You know what I mean? But I knew he could be strong because he was strong at 147. So when you move it up and add the extra weight on him, he's going to be much stronger.
And that's where the story circles back. The Ortiz-Ennis narrative is not going away anytime soon. Both men are undefeated, both are hungry, young, and supremely talented. And both have fan bases they believe they are the future of boxing. With Ortiz frustrated at being labeled the one who ducked, and Ennis moving up in weight to make a new statement, the tension only grows.
I mean, it's a guy we don't know too much about. There's some tapes out on him, but of course that guy's going to elevate, because of the situation. Fights like this make you train harder and make you listen more. So we're looking for the guy to be his best. So I think Boots breaking down behind his jab, take his time, make sure he touch the body, slow the guy down, then get him out probably in the 8th, something like that.
Yeah, definitely. And what's next for him after this? If he was to get a mega fight with Terrence Crawford at 160, you think he would take that, or he would prefer to be undisputed at 154 and get his feet wet there?
I honestly don't think Crawford is interested. But Boots 54 is wide open, so come on, 154, whoever.
If Ennis gets past Lima as expected, the calls for him to face Ortiz will only get louder. Ortiz, still unbeaten and holding an interim belt, knows that his path to greatness might just go through Boots. The fans want it, the fighters want it, and the promoters know it could be a blockbuster. All that's missing is the right moment to make it happen.
I think that the most dangerous at 54 or toughest for Boots would be Jamel Charlo. I don't think it's the other guys. The other guys are too simple.
But with all the inactivity from he had a long layoff from the Canelo fight.
Even with the inactivity because he know the level. You know what I'm saying? That's what you got to take into consideration. A lot of those guys, they ain't fought on that level of a fight. You know what I'm saying? They ain't been down on the cards and then had to win their way back. Fundora is a tough fight for everybody because he's 6'6". You know what I'm saying? So you're going to always have a tough night with him. But Jamel Charlo, to me, is the toughest at 54.
For now, October 11 will answer a different question. How will Boots Ennis look in his new division? If he dominates, the spotlight will burn brighter than ever, but if Lima pulls off the upset, everything changes. Either way, the road ahead for both Ennis and Ortiz promises drama, rivalry, and fights that could define a generation.
I'm trying to tell you, 154, man, it's mine. 154 is mine, and they're gonna see, and they're gonna see, just stay tuned, and like I said, when I handle business October 11th, we're gonna see.
So, when Vergil Ortiz Jr. says he's scared, it's not just trash talk, it's the spark to a rivalry boxing desperately wants to see. The super welterweight division is heating up, and these two names are right in the middle of it, and fans might not know exactly when Ortiz and Ennis will finally meet, but one thing is certain. When they do, the entire world will be watching. Don't miss a moment of this brewing ring rivalry. Hit like, drop your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more fight drama.